and indeed the entire UN team for all their efforts to advance the cause of peace and the values of the United Nations to the...
Well, Mr. Antonio Salo Pons is the head of external relations and innovation at the World Food Programme. He now joins us live on Bottom Line Africa for more details on the Nobel Peace Prize. Antonio, many thanks for joining us here on Bottom Line Africa. The World Food Programme is now the 101st winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. Tell us a bit more about what it felt like to receive that prize.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are deeply humbled that WFP has been honored with the Nobel Peace Prize. In fact, as David Beasley, the executive director, and Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, highlighted, this is recognition for the work that WFP staff makes in the field. For example, in Kenya, we have been working for over 45 years, and we have worked in 3 levels, basically. The most important one, the relief portion, when emergency hits. We have been supporting the government over the past years to ensure that we have a response. We have worked also with the refugees living in Kakuma, Dadaab, Kalobiye. That would be the first level. The second level, it would be anything that is related to resilience activities and food systems, working in the ASAL counties to ensure that we are able to cover the food gap and ensure that these people living in very difficult conditions, they are able to graduate and have a self-sufficient life. In the third level, and with this I end, we work with the public administration in order to increase the capacities, not only at national level, but also at county level.
Right, let's talk about the conditions that WFP works under, because like you rightly mentioned, many of these conditions are marred by conflict and war, but already close to 100 million people have benefited from food aid from the World Food Programme. What conditions do workers of the World Food Programme work under?
Yeah, the conditions are extremely tough. We have a unit that is called Vulnerability and Assessment and Mapping, and it's able to work worldwide to identify the most vulnerable of the vulnerable, as the Secretary General called. And obviously, we are very worried because the conditions in terms of conflict or in terms of the negative impact of COVID-19, it's clear that hunger is on the rise. And we really need to think about how we are going to tackle the situation in the coming years. We think that the Nobel Peace Prize is bringing the opportunity for governments, private sector, citizens worldwide to think about solutions that can be used to fight hunger and to reach zero hunger in the coming years.
The Peace Prize helping more than 100 million people. The organization still says that 1 in 9 people worldwide still do not have enough to eat. How can the world and the international organizations come together to support the World Food Programme in what it does?
Yes, it's very clear. As you know, WFP is funded on a voluntary basis. So every year we start with a budget of $0, and then we need to raise worldwide around $9 billion. So we work hand to hand with governments, with private sector, with citizens in order to ensure that we are able to raise that amount of money that then is used in the projects. It's a big challenge, but we are very grateful for this prize and also for the commitment and the interest of several stakeholders and partners working with us.
And finally, perhaps, what challenges, other than issues of funding, does the World Food Programme have to deal with?
Well, basically, what is clear is that the main challenge is conflict. We need to have space, humanitarian space to move and to reach the populations that are suffered by conflict. We really need to work on having access to those persons, so we ensure that they have a decent life when they are living in such difficult conditions. And obviously, funding becomes very important, because if we don't have enough money to implement the work, then those people get not enough assistance. Thank you very much.
All right, Antonio, many thanks for speaking to us and many congratulations once again to WFP for winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Antonio Salop Pons, there is the head of external